Who here remembers the Anbu Black Ops? You know, that clandestine group that lives in the shadows and answers only to the highest authority in the village? That group that actively fosters the dark side of shinobi, whether it means to or not. Yeah, that group. The group that produced 2, arguably 3 shinobi that fans all across the world love. And since we're talking about it, let's get some Yamato love in the comments, please. I feel like he doesn't get discussed enough. But while this group has existed for many years and chapters, we still know very little about them. Questions such as, what were some of their first missions? What was their true original purpose? Or, how about the question that's always been lingering on my mind, that I don't see hardly anyone talk about? What is the symbol they all wear on their shoulder? Now, for obvious reasons, this is seen as a marker to allow other Anbu members to be able to identify each other. Couple this with masks and code names that each member gets, and it becomes very apparent that this symbol is meant to be used as a distinguishing mark of sorts. But it has to mean something, right? Well, I've searched through a ton of material, but nothing says exactly what the symbol is. Mostly referencing the leaf as a likely option, but I'm not quite so sure about that. So why don't we work our way backwards? Today, let's take a look at the history of the Anbu, some of their bigger moments in the show and manga, and let's see if we can discern what the true meaning of the symbol is. And if you like videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for me. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, and I plan to be doing streams more often as well. So if you like these videos, you want to see more, or you have ideas for videos and streams, let me know down in the comment section below. So before breaking down the meaning of what the symbol is, we should first take a look at who the Anbu are, where their origins lie, and what their life as an operative looks like. Like previously mentioned, the Anbu Black Ops are a group of ninja who are not only extremely skilled, but they are hand-chosen from the leader of the village themselves. Ninja who are eventually recruited into the Anbu are scouted from an extremely young age, as young as the Ninja Academy, to see if they have the aptitude to serve the village wholeheartedly. And that's not small talk by any means, as Anbu members are instructed to do insane things like completely destroy their own bodies should they be unable to return back from a mission. Now, this is because even after death, a shinobi's body can harbor information about the village they come from, but this is just one example. Need another example? How about when it was revealed that Sai had a curse mark on his tongue in order to prevent him from talking about Danzo? As we can see, this is a group that takes their missions and secrecy very seriously. Dating back to the time of the second Hokage, this group was originally created as a means of assassination and tactical operations specifically. And it makes sense when you think about it. The Anbu was created during Tobirama's tenure as Kage, and that presumably didn't proceed until after the death of the first. Plus, with the potential of Madara still looming in the shadows, and thanks to his distrust of the Uchiha in general, it makes sense that Tobirama would want to create a group of skilled shinobi that could take out other skilled ninja before a larger conflict could start. Remember that the second Hokage comes from a time that was trifled with war, and he even lost a brother on the battlefield when they were kids. So, if he could cultivate a group that could possibly prevent future conflicts like that in the first place, why wouldn't he? So, if I had to theorize about what the first missions of this group were, they were likely espionage missions, on both other villages as war was still happening, and the Uchiha alike, dispatching targets when necessary. So, with all this, what do we see? We see a group of extremely skilled and dangerous individuals, ranging from young teens all the way to older adults, who adhere to only the highest authority. They spend majority of their lives in the shadows and presumably without many or any real connections aside from their fellow Anbu members. While a handful of shinobi do manage to escape from the dark grasp of the Anbu organization, seemingly none are left unaffected by it, and while the actions performed by those in the group were awful and bloody, they always hinged on one thing alone: loyalty to home. Time and time again, throughout the Naruto series, we hear of the Will of Fire, and it's depicted as this philosophy of love bringing about peace to those around them. Hiruzen describes the Will of Fire as the desire to protect one's family and village. So clearly the Will of Fire is important to those who care about the Leaf Village. Hiruzen also makes use of the word protect, which, as we have discussed, is something that the Anbu very much so practices. They hide in the shadows when the enemy is least expecting and pounce before an issue can even occur. They're willing to destroy their own bodies despite the fact that maybe a family member back home would want to have a funeral, all for the sake of protecting the village of any future espionage. And we know that the Anbu are not afraid to get their hands dirty. My favorite fictional character, Kakashi, was given the nickname Cold-Blooded Kakashi by his peers, who were fellow killers by the way, because of his ruthless and bloody killing style. If you're in the Anbu, unless you happen to pass away from mysterious means before taking on any missions, there is a very high likelihood that you will kill someone. Someone's blood will end up on your hands. And so, to wrap it all around, what does this symbol mean? Well, let's take a look at mine, for example. So, it's my belief that the Anbu symbol has meaning in two-part. While it could look like a leaf, I think it more represents both the fire that burns in one's heart and the blood that drips from one's blade. Like I've said several times already, this group is one that's willing to do the utmost vile things, all for the sake of their village. And morals aside, that is loyalty however you look at it. And sure, you could claim brainwashing or maybe something else, but I don't see anyone willing to go to the extreme of destroying every shred of their body if they don't love what they're protecting. And I don't think I need to describe why I think the second part is the blood dripping from the blade. I mean, just look at the group. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers sooner rather than later. We're going to be streaming more often, and I'm trying to put out a video every Friday. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hit that like button for me. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit the like button for me. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you all next time.